What up, you guys? Happy Thursday. All right. That narcissist is going to literally die chasing your ass. Yeah, that's right. You heard me right. You heard me correct. I've noticed that I've been getting stalked for the past 6 years now. You gotta have a lot of gusto to stalk somebody you don't like for 6 years. Shall we assume that I have a fan? Okay. All right. And I was thinking for a couple of days lately in a row. I just kept getting the thought about. I said, narcissists, they're always fighting you, right? Even when you're not even in the picture in their life, they have a one-sided debate with you. They have a one-sided argument with you. They are literally fighting you, but you're not even there in the arena, and they're still fighting you, this imaginary version of you, right? And I thought, wait, narcissists are literally fighting the old version of you. Whatever and whoever you used to be is who is stuck in their psyche, in their head, right? In their little peanut of a brain, and they're thinking, if they're even able to do so, that you're still the same person that you used to be. And that person is dead. That person is long gone. That person been dead, died, never coming back, pushing up daisies. Daisy's dead. You know what I mean? So whoever they think that they're fighting doesn't even exist anymore. The new you is what's there. You understand? And so I thought, where else have I seen this, right? And I know it's got to be somebody's story in the Bible, because the Bible has literally everything in it, okay? From Adam to incest to whatever the fuck, right? And I was like, who went through this? Who was under a narcissistic attack? Because remember, I've been getting stalked for 6 years now, going on 7. Once it turns 2026, it will be 7 years of consistent stalking. That's a lot of time out of someone's life to watch someone that they don't like, right? And I was like, well, who else experienced this? Because I don't really know many people who have. And immediately it clicked. God was like, Moses. And I was like, Moses? And I thought about that shit. And I was like, hold up, yeah. Because he and Pharaoh went through it for some years, dude. Right? It wasn't like overnight. It wasn't like a couple of months or whatever. You know what I mean? Moses and Pharaoh, who had a previous relationship, and no, not sexual, went through the same shit. Moses went through the same shit, and I relate to his ass, right? And so I'm like, well, how did Moses go through the same shit? What happened? Let's break this down, because I got something for you, all right? Moses used to be, obviously, his story came down in a river in a basket, because his mother wanted to save his life when people were killing little Hebrew boys, right? But at the time that Pharaoh was fighting Moses, Pharaoh thought that he was fighting the same Moses that had been previously moonlighting by circumstance only, but had been previously raised up in moonlighting as an Egyptian when Moses was not an Egyptian by blood. He was a Hebrew, right? So Pharaoh, when fighting Moses, still was looking at Moses through the lens of the guy who was moonlighting as one of them. He was not looking at Moses as like a point of the starting point of salvation for God's people, right? So by the time Pharaoh and Moses got into connection again, Pharaoh approaching him as this lowly sort of orphan that, he grew up with and who was raised like himself, okay? Moses came down off that mountain a totally different individual. Moses had gone through, much like you guys have, much like I have, such a heavy transformation over a good amount of time that by the time Pharaoh saw him again, even though he's looking at Moses through that same lens, Moses came down off that mountain with them tablets like, hey, yeah, bitch, this is not that. Okay? And that's what you need to, that's what the narcissist needs to realize. Look, bitch, whoever you thought I was, nigga, this is not that. Alright? That person is gone. That person does not exist anymore. Alright? This is the new me. Whoever you knew, that is never going to come here again. Not even allowed. So let me take you through this. We're going to do it in game show mode. Because narcissists are they're actually so stupid. I mean, legitimately, they're so fucking dumb. And how do they get dumb? They're dumbed down by their own, not only their own insecurities, but their own greed, their own arrogance, their own sense of grandiosity, that they become so dumb that they don't even see or adhere to the fact that they are consistently being punished for bothering you. Cue Pharaoh, though. Alright? So I wrote down all the plagues so you don't have to. We're going to let's go through the plagues real quick. Alright? That Pharaoh went through and still chose to pursue Moses. Okay? Plague number 1. Our first runner-up, our first contestant is Pharaoh. And plague number 1 is water turns to blood. Oh yeah, water turns to blood. Who in the fuck would look at water turn to fucking blood in front of their face and go, you know, I could really go for a burger right now and I still want to go after this dude. Right? Nah, bro. Pharaoh literally looked at that shit and still, out of the fucking callousness of his own heart, went to pursue someone. And by the way, Moses wasn't even asking for something that was bad. He just wanted him to free the people, God's people. Why is it bad to free a slave? Right? So were you asking for poor things to happen? No. You just wanted to be treated right, respected, right? Or just released so that you can move on to places that do appreciate your presence and respect you, right? So first plague was water turns to blood. Let's go to plague number 2. Frogs. Yeah, thousands upon thousands of frogs. Slimy as fuck ass frogs. I mean, I'm talking about so many frogs that your city stinks. That it stinks so bad that you have to slush through frogs. They're jumping on the baby and shit. Alright? The family dog is definitely consumed. He's on a verge of a spiritual breakdown like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Because there's frogs, you know, up his butt and shit. In his taint. You know what I'm saying? And still, Pharaoh was like, I don't give a fuck. You know how gross you gotta be to not give a fuck about your own people? The people that you hang with? You think narcissists give a fuck about the people that they hang with? Fuck no. As long as they can use those people in order to still get what they want, and if what they want is to just try to humiliate you, right? Try to one-up you, they don't care what happens to their friends and family because they don't really value friends and family. In fact, they don't really have friends and family. Alright? Let's go to plague number 3. Gnats. You know what gnats are. If you ever walk through a swarm of them shits, you're pissed off. You're like, what the fuck is that? Right? Yeah. And not to just mention, if those aren't sexy enough for you, they added lice to the mix. Lice. God threw in a little side of lice with those gnats. And still, Pharaoh was like, I'm gonna win. It's like, huh? And you itching and shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to plague number 4. Flies and harmful wild animals. Can you imagine if you're taking a shit and a fucking tiger just run through your bathroom trying to bite you in the ass mid shit? Yeah, shit like that was happening to this nigga. Not just that, but you know, because you're taking a shit, there's flies and shit everywhere, looking like that scene from The Exorcist where he's like, right? Still, so fucking narcissistic and dumb. You're still chasing this person of God while getting your ass thoroughly handed to you. And by the way, that, just because that happened in the Bible, that's the same God that's going on right now. That shit is happening to the narcissist. Their life, mind you, trust me, is fucked all the way up. All right. Anybody that has a good life does not have time to stalk or bother you. Keep that in mind permanently. All right. Nobody, you think Jeff Bezos is out there rolling around on his bed made of money thinking about some raggedy bitch somewhere randomly? And no, you're not raggedy bitches. I'm saying, do you think people that have money, right, that have what they want in their life, literally has time that they're willing to waste on anyone other than themselves right now and their own happiness? No. So only a broke bitch has time to be a stalker. You have to be a broke bitch. Rich bitches don't have time to stalk, huh? All right, let's go. Number 5, livestock pestilence. That means everybody dying, all right? Your cow that you needed milk from, you went out there to milk Bessie, and Bessie laid down in a pool of doo-doo, baby. You know why Bessie laid down in a pool of doo-doo? She done shit herself because she died. All right? And then you look out into the field, and all the chickens are laying in doo-doo, and all the fucking whatever the shit you like, nigga. I don't know what you like, but let's bring it into like modern day terms. The fucking, you know, your German Shepherd laying in doo-doo because he done died and shit for no fucking reason. His nigga just chilling in the field, and that's what was happening. But to all the animals that they needed to eat from, that they needed milk from, that they needed to help pull their carts and their chariots to make to collect grain from, they were gone, dead, pestilent, stinking in a field. All right, the livelihood of the Egyptians were going down from the livestock being dead as a repercussion of Pharaoh's fucking resistance to be obedient to God. Okay? Quit, bitch, while you're ahead. Alright? Next one, boils. Yeah, bibbity bumps all over your bibbity boppity boo head ass bumps. Like a bump fairy just came and said bibbity boppity boo and boo 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 boo, and you just bubbled the fuck up. Looking like SpongeBob's best friend. Okay? You look like you belong on the floor of Bikini fucking Bottom, bitch. That was happening to him. Let's go. Hail. Boop, boop. Raining golf balls of ice, nigga. In the desert, bitch. How the fuck? It's hot out here. Where did this shit come from? You should have known then. You got a bust in your head like 1,000 balls, you know, hit by Tiger Woods and landed just in your house only. Right? Sitting there eating pancakes. Yeah, bitch. Dead, bitch. Alright, let's keep going. Locusts. Yeah, those big ass niggas and big ass nigga bugs. Them ones that be pissing on people in the summertime every 17 years and shit. Just eating up crops and being gross. Well, those are cicadas, but those are the closest I can think of to locusts. Just eating the shit out of everything. Like, everything you planted, they're like, bitch, you want to go eat some oatmeal? Ain't no oats, bitch, because the locusts ate them, right? Yeah, you were hungry as shit. Quaker Oats them. He done signed up for a divorce from your ass. Ain't no oats to Quaker. Alright, let's keep going. Darkness. Yeah, I'm not talking about just you turn a light on. Like, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about this, bitch. I'm talking about like this, bitch. Like can't even see your own coochie in the mirror because it's dark as fuck. Yeah, like that. Then it was death of your firstborn son. Everybody that had a freaking son that was their firstborn, middle of the night, Death Angel came out with no scruples. He just snuffed him. Wake up, baby dad. Wake up, your oldest son. He living in the basement, but he's the undead in the basement now. That nigga ain't heating up no Pop-Tarts in your house. He ain't raiding your fridge. That nigga ain't scratching his nuts on your couch anymore. This motherfucker is dead. Alright? Everybody gone. Alright. Then you have the last but not least, the parting of the sea. Pharaoh literally, like narcissists, because they always drag a lot of people in there because they're too much of a pussy to just get things done by themselves. They're incapable of even like breathing without some help. So like he literally got all of his friends and shit to follow this nigga who these plagues followed, right? Through an ocean, which is abnormal to see an ocean parted in general. That's some scary shit. Bitch, I don't even go too far out in the beach. Well, I don't even get in the beach water anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting sodomized by a mermaid or some shit. Alright? You ain't digging in my ass with a sea star or some shit. Alright? You ain't sticking sand dollars in my ass. You understand? I ain't clapping cheeks under the water or getting clapped up by anything that lives in it. And so can you imagine? He took his friends and followed this dude through the fucking sea that wasn't supposed to even be split. And what happened? They got clapped up like butt cheeks during fucking gay pride parade, bro. And still, it took death for this dumb piece of shit to stop harassing God's anointed. Touch not my anointed. What the fuck part of that don't they get? They're getting clapped and snapped up. Alright? They forget that much like Moses, you have the same body, different mindsets. Repeat it with me. Same body, different mindset. Okay? It's like, what does it take to get through to you, simple bitch? Right? The more you come after me, the more you get clapped up like booty cheeks. I thought that was great. So, just letting you know, don't forget who the fuck you are. Don't forget who you've become. Definitely fuck who you used to be, because the narc is fighting that person, and that person been dead, been gone, don't exist anymore. Love you guys. And remember, if you ever get sad, baby, the narc is getting clapped up like booty cheeks. It's biblical.